From the end of the Heian period to the beginning of the Kamakura period, there was a military commander who left a striking mark on Japanese history. This was Minamoto no Yoshitsune. His short life was a dramatic drama of glory and tragedy. Yoshitsune was born in Kyoto in 1159, the first year of the Heike era. His father was Minamoto no Yoshitomo and his mother was Tokiwa Gozen. His name at birth was Yushi Wakamaru. Yoshitsune's life was full of ups and downs from an early age, but its beginnings were deeply connected to the fate of his father, Yoshitomo. The year Yoshitsune was born, the Heike rebellion broke out. The power struggle between the Minamoto and Taira clans ended with Yoshitomo's defeat. Yoshitomo was killed during his escape, and Yoshitsune, who had only been alive for a few months, was placed in a dangerous position as the only surviving member of the Minamoto clan. Yoshitsune's mother's quick thinking saved his life, and he was entrusted to Fujiwara no Haihira in Hiraizumi, Oshu. Yoshitsune was still a young boy at the time, and his days in Hiraizumi, where he would spend most of his life, had begun. During his childhood in Hiraizumi, Yoshitsune is said to have studied martial arts and also studied hard. It is said that it was around this time that Yoshitsune met Benkei at Gojo Bridge, the setting for the famous Benkei's dragging anecdote from the tale of the Heike. However, doubts have been raised about the historical accuracy of this anecdote, and it is highly likely that it was created later. In 1180 Jisho 4, Yoshitsune's older brother, Minamoto no Yoritomo, raised an army to pursue the Taira clan. This was the beginning of the so-called Jisho Genpei War. Upon hearing this news, Yoshitsune, who was then 21 years old, immediately headed for Kamakura. He resolved to serve Yoritomo and throw himself into the battle to overthrow the Taira clan. Welcomed by Yoritomo, Yoshitsune quickly distinguished himself for his outstanding martial prowess and strategic eye, in particular, at the Battle of Ikinotani in 1184. Jue 3, Yoshitsune successfully executed a daring strategy of running down the steep Igarashiyama mountain under cover of darkness and ambushing the Taira army. This reverse attack tactic made Yoshitsune famous. Yoshitsune also demonstrated remarkable performance in the subsequent battles of Yoshima and Dannoura in 1185 Bunji 1. In particular, under Yoshitsune's command, the Taira clan was completely defeated in the Battle of Dannoura, and Emperor Antoku, the grandson of Taira clan leader Taira no Kiyomori, drowned himself. This victory marked the end of the Taira clan's rule of about 20 years, and the beginning of a new era under the Minamoto clan. Yoshitsune was the driving force behind this, and reached the pinnacle of his fame as a military commander. However, behind the glory, cracks were beginning to appear in the relationship between Yoshitsune and Yoritomo. Yoshitsune's glorious military achievements and popularity stimulated Yoritomo's suspicions. Yoshitsune's appointment as Sei Taishogun by the imperial court also caused Yoritomo to become displeased. At the end of 1185, Yoshitsune was summoned by Yoritomo, but on the way, he heard of Yoritomo's anger and fled to Kyoto. This is where Yoshitsune's flight began. The former hero was now pursued as an enemy of the imperial court. Yoshitsune tried to gain protection from Emperor Go-Shirakawa in Kyoto, but failed due to pressure from Yoritomo. In 1187, he finally escaped Kyoto and began to wander around the western part of Japan. At this time, Yoshitsune had gathered many loyal retainers around him. The most famous of these was Musashibo Benkei. Benkei became Yoshitsune's most trusted subordinate and served him until the end. After fleeing through the western part of the country, Yoshitsune decided to head to Oshu. He wanted to seek the protection of Fujiwara Haihira in Hiraizumi, the place where Yoshitsune had spent his childhood. In the summer of 1187, Yoshitsune and his party arrived in Hiraizumi. Haihira welcomed Yoshitsune warmly, and Hiraizumi became a place of peace for Yoshitsune for a while. However, this peace did not last long. In 1189, Haihira died. His successor, Fujiwara Yasuhira, succumbed to pressure from Yoritomo, and decided to betray Yoshitsune. In the early hours of May 1st, Yasuhira's forces attacked Yoshitsune's mansion. Taking refuge in his mansion in Kinagawa, Yoshitsune prepared for a final battle. However, there was no chance of victory in the face of overwhelming numbers. According to legend, Yoshitsune killed his concubine Shizuka Gozen and her young child, then committed suicide. He was 31 years old when he died. After his death, Yoshitsune's tragic life touched the hearts of many people and gave rise to various stories and legends. In particular, there is a persistent theory that Yoshitsune did not actually die, but fled to Ezo, present-day Hokkaido, or the mainland, and even a popular belief that he was the model for Genghis Khan. However, many of these legends are not historical facts. Yoshitsune's life itself was already dramatic and fascinating, which is why it has stirred the imagination of people in later generations, and given rise to many creative works. What is particularly noteworthy throughout Yoshitsune's life is his outstanding strategic eye and military prowess, as well as his strange fate. His dramatic life, in which he showed brilliant achievements as a key figure in overthrowing the Taira clan, but was eventually pursued by his brother and met a tragic end, is deeply engraved in the hearts of many people. Yoshitsune's humanity is also noteworthy. He was said to have been well-versed in scholarship and the arts, as well as in talent as a military commander. He is especially well known for his mastery of the biwa, a skill that speaks volumes about his rich sensitivity. Yoshitsune's life coincides with a major turning point in Japanese history: the transition from the Heian to the Kamakura period. His rise and fall symbolize the arrival of the age of the samurai, and the accompanying changes in the power structure. Minamoto no Yoshitsune's life is one of the most famous tragic heroic tales in Japanese history. His short life is condensed with glory and failure, loyalty and betrayal, and a tragic final ending. For this reason, Yoshitsune's story continues to resonate in people's hearts across the ages. Even today, Yoshitsune is featured in a variety of media, including novels, plays, and television dramas, and his popularity shows no sign of waning. His life is a universal story that vividly depicts the glory and failure of human beings, as well as the irony of fate.